Alright, so what's going on, guys? This is just a trade recap of July 6th, 2026. Um, I am trading live money. Pretty lately, I've been pretty profitable. Can't complain. This is just how my chart look. Your chart does not have to look like this at all. So as you can see, or as I can see, as we all can see, we have gone down, taking out these liquidity points, but we're still very bullish. We broke the all-time high, or the most recent all-time high, which was on 50.68. I'm trading the MYM, by the way, because get the most out of your bang with MYM as compared to MNQ. And I also get to trade overnight like Asia and London with the MIM using low profit at the moment, but or low capital. So as we can see yesterday, this is how our week is looking so far. This is just a weekly fair value gap. I'm going to remove this. Get it, not get nobody confused. This is our recent last week. This is our current, and we get to see like if the market's going higher than last week or lower than the week before, and that tells us our weekly bias, which is one of the strongest biases to go up on. Moving on to our daily now. So every candle now represents a day. This is today's still that is still forming because the day started at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. This is yesterday's candle, the day before's candle, the day before, the day before. You get it. And from here, I believe, no. From here all the way here. Yeah, because we didn't trade on Friday. This is all last week's candle. And this will be starting us this week. So far, this is our daily candle. This is our previous day's candle, right? And I go over that a lot. Everybody should be going through that. The weekly, the daily, the hourly. Is just to see where everything is going and keeping your head out how the market is moving, what is the market doing, just so you don't step into the 15-minute, take a trade. Next thing you don't know why you're taking out the trade. The whole time you're not checking the hourly, you're not checking the 4 hours, you're not checking the dailies. And that cost me a lot of money. And I'm showing you guys simple little tricks to see how far I've come. Maybe even show you guys the same path. So moving on to our 4 hour. After the daily, I like to check my 4 hour. Gives us better market structure. So since the breakaway gap of this week, which was on Sunday, but we opened up on Sunday on June 26th, huge gap up. I believe we're gonna come back to this again recently. Um, Ever since then, been making highs and lows. So there's a high, there's a low, and there's a really big wick that I like to think price always retraces to these wicks. Almost always, never misses. Um, if I was to do a line across here, you could almost see that it comes back to it as well. Same as this. Once it drops like this is a big order block. Once it drops, it tries to clear it, takes a while, clears it 2 days later. When I say clear, I mean like touch it. By touching it's a liquidity pool, so it's just gonna swing by and use that momentum that pocket that it just used to maybe go bullish and rebalance itself all the way back up again. So it's going to rebalance this big drop that just happened. After we rebalance that drop, it takes a while for us to come all the way up here. But then, as you can see here, a big wick happened in between. So now this has to get covered as well. Has to rebalance itself. So far, up to today, I don't see any big wicks or anything. I just know that the market is making all-time highs, and I'm not a very good trader with all-time highs. All I can say is highs and lows. Highs and lows, lows and highs, see what I can do with what I got and what I learned so far. So let me show you yesterday's Asia trade to London that I took. All right, so was I at? Okay, I believed this was a push down right here. My last video was about this right here. How we got this big move up, cleared it, and then probably came up again. Today's, I want to talk about how sorry. Today, I just want to talk about how we came up, broke this high. I was expecting this low to get broken or swept just because we broke an all-time high and we haven't been hearing no lows yet. And we have a pretty good, sorry. Okay, so I also have this trend line that's going on. And this means something to me always. It's like a bullish flag. So this kind of indicates that we are going higher. And trust me, I do not know how to trade all-time highs. I'm trying my best with all-time highs. I heard it's a summer thing or a July and August thing. So there's a lot of points here. Liquidity pools. And I'm assuming when it decides to go down, it's going to want to take all of these pools up and usually come back to this fair value gap right here. So I'm just waiting for it to give me a lower low with a lower high. After right now, I should make it higher highs and higher lows. Lower low, lower high. I know. Higher low, higher high. Higher low, higher high. Higher low, higher high. Feel me? This is still the low. This is still the higher low on the hourly, which is still the same low on the daily. So let me take out these so you don't get confused. Right? So right here, I'm expecting price to be down, be bearish, because this is my higher high. But we have already cleared this liquidity pool right here, and we break it with this fair value gap. So sooner between these next 2 days, I should see price break down to this higher low right here. And this was last night. I'm not looking at today's most recent high. This is the lower low. Put it as LL. When I want that market structure, it has to come down here, break up, retest on a fair value gap that I left from up here, and then we're pretty much bearish until price decides when it comes back up, until it's had enough. So last night, I kind of took this trade as well yesterday, but that's for another day. Damn, that was kind of beautiful though. Whoever did that made some money. So, as I was saying, it's the higher high and it's a lower low. Now we're going on to the 15-minute where I like to execute my trades and do what I like to do. In the morning or at night, after 6 p.m., we get this high, right? Get this high and then we drop down. Once I see candles from red all the way here, all of them red, not a single color different, I assume that it wants to go lower. But it has to break that most recent low. So that would have been the most recent low then. But this is on the 15-minute, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have that much of a significance of an importance. What really matters are the higher time frames. They got more of a say. This is still now the new high, but this is not a low. This is not a low. This is a low. These big sharp moves that you can tell on the put these lines that I have. So last night, that's this big drop move. It took out. It looks like it wanted to come and take out all of this liquidity here. But this is a fair value gap, another fair value gap, and another fair value gap down here. And if it wants to break down, it has to give me that lower low. As of today, that new lower low is this. And this would be our new higher high. So it dropped down right here. It gave me a fair value gap, very small, but just what I needed. As I came in here, this one. Price kept projecting this area a lot, so I knew I was golden. Well, not golden, and I'm not for sure because the market's always doing what it has to do. But if the market does this and it takes out this pool of liquidity right here, this fair value gap, sorry, it's gonna rally up to the next fair value gap. Understand what I'm saying? And the next fair value gap is this one until it decides, and then it's just gonna like, okay, now on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't take 10. I took more like I only took one. It's a it's a overnight, still $100 overnight. That's okay. This is what I targeted. And it got me in right here. Got me in right there. And then the morning took me out right there. And honestly, I was gonna be very greedy, very cocky, because this tricked me right here. This. I just had to get my bearings together and said, no, that's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for it to break this. And it didn't even reach this. It just closed this fair value up. And I was being greedy, and my initial intention was to catch the long play. That was this. That's what I wanted. But we always get what we want, clearly in the market. And as weeks go on, I'll explain why, or you'll see why I always go from either the weekly high or the weekly low. As you can see here, just a little snippet of the next few weeks. This is the weekly low and the weekly high. The same example I just showed you guys, a big wick. Eventually, we're going to come and fill that whole wick up day after day after day after day. And you're going to see, this is how you're going to see like the head of the snake, where the snake is going. You know what I mean? And where the body is and what it's doing, how it looks like for that week, for that day, for that hour. So it took me out right there. But when I got in, I overslept and I couldn't take the 9 a.m. session. Right? what I like to do in my 9 a.m. sessions, this pattern, this little thing that I got for wicks, it repeats a lot. So I'm kind of happy for that. I like to do the orb, which is the 15-minute opening range breakout from 9:30 to 9:45. I got it all from ICT traded it, Big Daddy Max traded it, a lot of traders trade it. Um, it works 80% of the time, and there, if you use it daily with other strategies that you have, you will be profitable because I have been profitable even without marking my daily highs and lows and weekly highs and lows. Without knowing what the market is doing, I was profitable off the 15-minute or so. That's another thing that we have to talk about. And just like I said, this wicks like this would always like to be covered. Always learn that the hard way. When I see these wicks, I see money because eventually it has to be covered. The market has to balance itself and let it do what it do. Nah, I mean, so this morning I could have simply taken this trade off of this morning star alone. Um, Mark out the bearings of the daily high, daily low, just from the 15 minutes alone. I think it gives you that much at least. If it gives you that big a range, that's it. You don't have to find out where your high and low is. You already have it. By 10 o'clock, you already have it. So once it bounced off, nope. Let me give you one better. It paid me out right there. Took out the liquidity right there. And guess what's right there? Boom, gap. Shoots up. Takes out this. I think it's a fair value gap right there. Very small one. It gets in there. So if you're in there too, you made the most money. I think I got little fish because I came from here to here. You probably got bigger fish because you waited longer. You would have put your game here, stop loss right here, execute it to this little gap right there. So an example of what that would have been, stop loss right there, take profit right there. 193, and you would have got that interest. By 10 o'clock, you would have got paid. All right, that's $200 in your pocket. So it closes that gap right there. Well, what do you do now? Now we go up because now it has a lot more momentum. And I don't want to say close beyond that low. It's not significant low. Um, yeah, like I said, came here to this fair value gap, closed it, did what I had to do, and now I gotta attend to this big wick right here, these two candles. So as you're seeing this, once it has fair value gap coming out the orb, you know what I'm saying? The people that do know that this means you're almost green, you're in the yellow for execution for bearish trade. But the market, I love the orb simply because it shows you that people or the market will bamboozle you like this, just like this, just to getting you to think like, oh yeah, you think the market's going up? Nah, we're gonna reverse this now. And if you don't catch the next reversal move, then you don't catch the next next reversal move after that. Because I got like 3 reversal moves that I could probably think of. Probably people got hundreds, but just gotta know like, hey, if you're screwing me over, how can I get back in? Or if I lose 200, how can I get back in and make it again? Because the market's gonna show you his hand, take it out, but show you the other one. You know what I mean? And you could most likely grab the other one and take out the other hand and grab both. So hits our daily low, um, creates a morning star, which is one bearish closure right here. And if I was going bearish, I would have entered right here. You understand? And a lot of people would have gotten out. A lot of people would have gotten out already because if you see this candle, you think it's going, it'll be bearish. You think it's really low, like it's gonna go really down, and then it just comes back up to this, and then here you're gonna have a fair value gap. Let me come into the 5 minute. Use a 15 minute for buyers too. 5 minute for smarter entries with safer entries. So now every candle is 5 minutes. Here's a fair value gap. You can use the 5 minute, the 3 minute, or the 1 minute to get better entries and save more money, be more safer. So now I'm in the 3 minute. This is still the high of the day. We already took out the low of the day, and that filled up that gap. Took out most of this liquidity here as well. Let me show you that's the gap, how it looks like. There's that gap that I was talking about. This is a liquidity boost. We're going up, baby. And if you guys don't see that in the morning, how your day looks like, you understand what I'm saying? You're gonna get caught by this. And you can't get caught by this. You're not. Big order block here. It's the wick I was still talking about. It just looks like this more. Some traders would actually buy this, but this is not valid unless this is broken. And it has to be broken with strong bearish candle. It can't be no bullish. Nothing. Everything has to be red all the way down here. Man, it's a lot of green. So catch that reversal. Smartest play will be right here. Target right there. At night you can only trade with one contract, but this is 9:30 till 4 o'clock, so you could trade with multiple as much as your capital gives you. And this is exactly what I would have done. No hesitation, because every candle is 15 minutes and I can read this. Well, sorry, every candle is 3 minutes and I have 3 minutes to read the candles. That's good. That's the job. Read them, move, act accordingly. Take it to the top of this wick. And just to add to the orb, and why I want to take it to the top of this wick even more, right? Even though it lasted me the whole day just to make my money. All right. So first things first, remember you already had another. If it would have been, shoulda, woulda, coulda, but my money, my $100 that I made from that night, right? And then I would have woke up, let's just say maybe at 7 in the morning, seeing that price was closing this. I probably would have taken this little trade right here all the way back up. That's another 200. Then taking the trade all the way back down. That's another 200. And then you already know that for the rest of the day we are going to rebalance, right? Probably another 200. But that's probably just 200 using one contract. Just of this trade alone, not even talking about the other 3 trades that we could have taken. Just of this trade alone, let's do five contracts. Without the other trades, we're not even talking about the other trades. We're talking about, yeah, you caught this beautiful move coming up here, came right back into orb. 9 times out of 10, when it comes back into orb after a fake out like this, it's gonna go to the other side or halfway. This case, we're gonna go to the other side. We don't have no reason to keep following this. Yeah, we get some reaction off of it right here, but it's just to rebalance that low and then come back up high later. A bunch of high lows, but slowly all the way back here, back to the top. That's just 5. I do 5. I'm a rookie. Understand what I'm saying? Some people out here are doing like 25, 30. That's 5K in a day. That's from 9 to 4. And this is just this alone. They're risking just 1,300. Probably making 100K a year more at that. And we're gonna get there. God willing, we're gonna get there. So I'm gonna start taking more trades around the 5, just because I want to have a um, 5 right here, and then let's just say I'm gonna take out 3 right there. I want to make money. Move my stop loss to 0. Have a safe. Assets, whatever comes down, doesn't matter. Have 2 runners. Come back up to here to be even more safe and call it at that. And that's my trade recap for today. I do not have a lot of money here. I know how to trade so far. I know I could trade better. I understand my mistakes. I see what I could do right. I see what I can do wrong. And just by me looking at the chart, I can give you a lot of trades. And sooner in the future, I will give you more than what I'm able to look at now, compared to before, where I was just chasing fair value gaps. Now I know support and resistance, liquidity pools, yeah, all of that good stuff. I do need more people around me, because I did take out some time for myself to work on this, and I got pretty far. You understand what I'm saying? No, sorry, I said that backwards. I took some time on myself, and I got here pretty fast. 3 years, I'll say, I learned this. But now I want to take this further. Yeah, I need a team. I need a team with just a group. Make it happen. So thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. Tomorrow's another day. Let's kill this 2026 and make this money.